Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende's secrets. As always, there's information and additional links in the descriptive box below, including a link out to Amazon.com that offers all the best-selling books in the San Miguel de Allende's Secrets series of books. When I first met my blushing bride, I learned that she had grown up in a neighborhood where all the streets had names only an antebellum Scarlett O'Hara would have chosen, like Plantation and Mammy. The three schools in the planned unit development were named for military leaders fighting on the southern side, aka terrorists trying to destroy the Union. Even the cheerleaders were called Confederates, in their trademark blue and gray, mimicking what Confederate soldiers wore. Now, lest you think all this happened in some Mississippi bayou, this neighborhood was just across the river from the U.S. capital of Washington, D.C. I grew up just 2 hours north, but over the Mason-Dixon line where the Civil War wasn't discussed in school, as it was simply too embarrassing to acknowledge slavery ever existed. Since the 1980s, nearly every racist-named school around D.C. and beyond has been renamed for a civil rights leader. However, it's not so gentle reminder that a community names its schools for what's important to them. With that thought in mind, here are some of San Miguel de Allende's school names and what they represent. Leonona Vicario, member of the Los Guadalupes, one of the earliest independence movements from Spain. She financed the rebellion with her large fortune. Driven by strong feminist beliefs, she was given the title Distinguished and Beloved Mother of the Homeland. 2020 was declared Mexico's year for Leonona Vicario. Maria del Refugio Aguilar, born in her parents' home in the corner of Misiones in Hidalgo, where her order of nuns still live. Maria became a wife, mother, and widow in quick succession. Then she founded an order to an image of Mary known as Our Lady of Mercy, devoted to educating children. Our Lady of Mercy is what your pals call Mercedes, are named for. Maria's daughter, pictured here, later joined the order that now has schools in 12 countries with over 600 nuns. The Catholic school along the creek in colonial Guadalupe is run by Maria's order. Since 1982, there has been a push to canonize Maria to official sainthood by the Church, which would make her San Miguel de Allende's first saint. Chatumac, the last Aztec emperor. His name, Chatumac, means descending eagle, as in the moment when an eagle holds its wings and plummets down to strike prey, imply aggressiveness and determination. Chatumac is the only Aztec emperor who survived the conquest by the Spanish Empire, and he is honored on coins, paintings, music, and in popular culture. Fray Pedro de Gante, a Franciscan missionary from Belgium. As a relative of King Charles V, he was allowed to travel to the colonies of New Spain as one of the first groups of Franciscan friars. He indoctrinated the indigenous population in Catholicism, creating the first school set up by Europeans in the Americas. His namesake school is located in Mexiquito, and I enjoy hearing the near-daily practice session of Fray Pedro's marching band and cheers from their soccer games. Miguel Hidalgo y Castilla. During the planning of independence from Spain, it was very important to the insurgents to have a priest on their side. A priest would show the masses it was a war against Spain, not a war against the church. That priest was Father Hidalgo, a very different thinker. He taught the indigenous trades like making brightly colored pottery still made in his namesake city, Dolores Hidalgo, enabling them to support themselves, an illegal action at the time. He also took certain priestly vows less seriously than others, fathering 7 children among 3 local women. Josefa Ortiz de Dominguez, the wife of the Spanish-appointed mayor of Querétaro, she fought for independence against Spain. Mother of 14, she opposed the oppressive Spanish colonial government in favor of the indigenous and mixed races. Organizing political meetings under the guise of book clubs, she became pals with Miguel Hidalgo and Ignacio Allende, and it was she that got the news that the Spaniards were aware of their plans to Hidalgo and Allende, officially starting the War of Independence. At her school and in the Allende Institute murals depicting the War for Independence, she is the only character to be seen twice. Often facing each other, she is the only insurgent to survive the war and see Mexico once it was free from Spain. Niños Héroes, or Niños Heroes, are 6 teenage military cadets that died defending Mexico City's Chapultepec Castle from invading U.S. forces in the 1847 Battle of Chapultepec, during the Mexican-American War. According to legend, in an act of bravery, Juan Ascute wrapped the Mexican flag around his body and jumped from the top of the castle in order to keep it from falling into the hands of the Americans. Schools are named for the cadets both singularly and as a group. You, like me, may be beyond the point of having your kids in school, but it is always wise to know what exactly is important enough to name schools for in your neighborhood. As always, feel free to click the subscribe now button and you'll get automatic notifications of new videos as they're released here on the San Miguel de Allende Secrets channel.